All right, so what you see here is everything I'm gonna be taking on a 37-mile hike this weekend with my buddy Ronnie. We're doing the Virginia Triple Crown Loop, which is McAfee Knob, Tinker Cliffs, and Dragon Tooth. This will definitely be the longest trip I've ever done, so it should be fun. First item I'll go over is my sleeping bag. I have the Sierra Designs Backcountry Bed, the 20 degree, I believe it is. Yeah, the 20. I love this sleeping bag. This sleeping bag is awesome. I've tried mummy bags, I've tried quilts, I've tried blankets. For me, this is just the most comfortable. It holds me kind of all together and on the pad, and it's basically a half mummy, half blanket. You got this blanket here, so it's a little heavy, a little bulky, but for me it's worth it. Next up is my tent. I have the MSR Freelite 2-person. I got this last year. I've only been out with it a few times, and I really like it. It's not a fully freestanding tent. You do have to use stakes with it, which my last tent was fully freestanding, so a little bit of a downside there, but it's way lighter than my old tent. I wouldn't consider myself an ultralight person. I'm somewhere in between comfort and ultralight. I try to get stuff as light as I can, but still being pretty comfortable. So this tent was about half the weight of my old one. It's right at about 2 pounds, so awesome tent. Next up is my sleeping pad. I have the Nemo Switchback, as well as the Nemo Tensor Insulated. A lot of people might think this is overkill, but I actually love having 2 pads. One, this just gives me a little extra warmth when it's cold. I've been out in 20-some degrees and I've been warm. And the other thing is, it just gives me peace of mind where if I'm on rocky surfaces, I lay this out and I put my blow-up pad on top and haven't had a leak, and it's all been fine. And also, you can use this pad. I'll lay it out on the ground and set my stuff on it to keep everything clean, or I'll lay on it, put it on a rock to sit on. So it's just nice having this around. So I like keeping both of these. My backpack is probably the next piece of gear that I'm gonna upgrade, but I told myself I needed to put a lot more miles under my feet before I drop another few $100s on a piece of ultralight gear. I have the Mountainsmith Lookout 60. I just got this off Amazon when I first started. I don't know, it was like $100. And honestly, it's pretty comfortable. It carries the weight well, it's got big pads, and I like the comfort of it, but it's very heavy. It's like over 5, I think it's almost 6 pounds, 5-6 pounds, something like that. And you know, you can get packs down a third that weight. But it's been good so far, and it carries the weight well. After that is my cook system. I just have a Toaks 750 milliliter pot. I got the BSR stove, and then a small canister of gas that fits right in there. I have a nicer stove system, but honestly, when I'm trying to get miles in, I don't like to cook that much water. I usually eat everything cold except for dinner. So really all I need this for is for one rehydrated meal, and my other stove is overkill for that, and this is a lot lighter, so I like this one. Guess next up is water filtration. I like this Platypus, the gravity-fed 2-bag system. You fill one bag up with dirty, hang it from a tree, and it just gravity feeds the clean. I know ultralight people are gonna kill me for this one, but I really hate filtering water as I go. I personally rather just carry 3 or 4 liters at a time of filtered water so I can drink for 10-15 miles and then fill it up a lot at one time. Yes, I have to carry more weight, but honestly, to me, I'd rather not have to deal with taking my bag off, filtering water, putting it, you know, hanging out for a minute. I'd rather be able to just keep trucking and carry the weight. Also, when I'm going with a buddy like I am this weekend, when you're at camp, it's so much easier just to have one big bag of water you can fill everything up with. So this is how I filter my water. I do have a Sawyer squeeze, which I'll use if I'm really don't need that much water. But for this trip, there'll be a stretch of about 14 miles with no water, and I'm planning on just carrying a good bit of water with me. To drink the water, I like a CamelBak. I've done the Smart Water bottles. I like the Smart Water bottles as well. The CamelBak for me is just way more convenient. When I'm hiking, a lot of the times I'll be in the mode where I'm really just trying to get miles in, and I look at it more of like an exercise than a stroll. So when I'm kind of in the zone and I'm breathing heavy and I'm tired, I like just the ease of just putting this in my mouth and drinking rather than have to take a water bottle out while I'm walking fast and deal with all that. I will also bring 2 Smart Water bottles with me to carry extra water for the long portion with no water, and also just to have in my tent at night. But usually those will be empty with me throughout the day unless I have them in my pack. And this is normally what I use to drink out of, is a 3-liter Hydro Pack. My pillow, I use this Trekology 2.0 pillow. I've tried just about every pillow system I could try. I used to carry this and then the Nemo Philo pillow, and I would do both of those and I would stack them on top of each other because I'm a side sleeper, so my head's really elevated. But what I found is I can barely sleep on my side anyways when I'm camping, no matter what. So I've leaned toward, even though it's hard for me, just sleeping on my stomach. And when I sleep on my stomach, a lot of times I won't even use a pillow. So I bring this just in case I can fall asleep on my side. But if I can't, I'll sleep on my stomach and just not use a pillow. For my rain jacket, I just have the Frog Togs, little cheap rain jacket, cheap and easy. I don't expect it to be raining, but I'm just keeping that with me just in case. This is my toiletry bag. It's pretty gross because I've reused this one the last several trips. All I have is just a little toothbrush that you just pop out and flip. And then I can't remember the brand, but I have a lot of these chewable toothpastes. Oh, that's ibuprofen, just in case. But I got these chewable toothpastes, which I like a lot better than carrying liquid and then just a chapstick. Usually don't bring this, but I've only ever really done shorter hikes. So picked up this little medical kit at REI. I think it's got like ibuprofen and some wound stuff. It's really light, so not a big deal. I figured I'd just bring it with me. This is one of my comfort items that I love, is having a chair with me. This is the Big Agnes Skyline Ultralight Stool. This is the one with the back on it. I had the same one without the back, and yeah, you save like 5 or 6 ounces, but the back is a must-have for me, honestly. It's so much better. So I will be bringing a chair. This is a new purchase for me. It's the only new thing I'm bringing on this trip. I got a battery bank from the Nitecore, 10,000 milliamps. Yeah, I was gonna bring this because, one, to keep my phone charged, but I'm also thinking about bringing some camera gear on this trip, so I needed something to make sure that would stay charged. And this is the one everybody recommended, so we'll give that a try. This is my headlamp. This is the Nitecore NU25 Ultralight, and this headlamp is awesome. I love this headlamp. I work on houses, so I'm in crawl spaces and attics a lot, and I actually use this pretty much every day. And it's very bright, lasts a long time, super light, just an awesome all-around headlamp. This clothing, really, just gonna have one pair of hiking socks, one pair of backup socks, both Darn Toughs, pretty easy there. The pants, I'm a pants guy, I don't like shorts. I'm pretty allergic to poison ivy and just walking through leaves and a bunch of crap. I'm not a huge fan of shorts, but I don't like the heat of pants. So these Outdoor Research, can't remember the exact name of them, But these pants are freaking awesome. They're the thinnest, lightest weight pant that I've ever found, super stretchy, and I've been pretty rough on them, sat on rocks, slid around, and they're pretty durable for how thin and light they are. So that's the pair of pants I'm gonna be bringing. I just got a pair of Smart Wool, merino wool underwear, so I'm not stinking too bad by the end of the trip. And then shirt, I haven't fully decided yet. I usually like long sleeves for the same reason I like the pants, just for sun coverage, but also for bugs and plants and poison ivy and all types of other stuff. So I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna be taking one of these three. Either the KUIU, this is like their sun shirt. I use this fishing a lot, but it's got a hood on it. Awesome material, really lightweight, and it's super breathable, but it doesn't have buttons. KUIU also has this shirt, which is also fairly lightweight, but it's a little thicker. But what it's got is, it's got buttons, which I like. So you can unbutton the front, and it's also got vents in the pits and on the back. So it's a little thicker, but the ventilation's better. So I don't know, it'll be a game time decision. And if I go with a t-shirt, I just got a merino wool t-shirt. But I'm probably gonna go with this sun hoodie because it's awesome. All right, other than that, it's just my food. Really, we're only gonna be doing one full day of hiking and then 2 half days. So this is my full day, it's about 5,000 calories, and the 2 other half days combined are about 5,000 calories. So should have 10,000 calories for about 37 miles. I know a lot of people will just be in a caloric deficit and not bring that much and just lose the weight, but honestly, I've been cutting weight for a while already, so I'm pretty lean and I don't want to lose any more weight. So I'm willing to bring a good bit of food. It's the usual stuff. I got honey stingers, granola and dried milk, and plantain chips for breakfast, peanut M&Ms, Nature Valley protein bars, Theo organic peanut butter cups. The only stuff I bring really to cook is my dinner, and this time I'm gonna try out these Peak Refuels. I try to get, I know most people just eat candy and high fat stuff because it's low in weight, but I want to get at least 200 grams of protein in because I'm trying to keep my muscle on, and these got about 50 grams a packet, so the numbers on these are the best. I've never tried them, so we'll see how they taste. But yeah, that's about it. There's a great YouTube channel called Gear Skeptic that has tons of videos on nutrition for backpacking and how to get the lightest weight food. And he's also got an Excel spreadsheet which basically has each category of food listed from their lightest weight per gram or per calorie. Lightest gram per calorie foods out there. So I kind of just went off his list, found foods that I liked somewhere in the lightweight section, and that's what I got. And then I'll be putting all that food in this bag. It's just a Peregrine 10-liter waterproof bag, and that's it. We'll see you on the trip. Let's check the base weight. So according to my very unofficial weigh-in, 16.8 pounds base weight. So about a 17-pound base weight, which is definitely not ultralight by any means, but it's manageable for me, and I got comfort items I want. After food and water, at our heaviest point, we should be walking around mid-30s. Let's get her done.